Hey there! Today I'm painting Studio Ghibli scenes and I'm using different kinds of gouache, Staedtler synthetic brushes, this palette that I found at a local decor store, and a moleskin watercolor sketchbook. And I'm gonna try my best to link all of the supplies in the description box as always. And now I'm using some washi tape to get some borders here, and I wanted to start off with 4 pieces. And I have this Studio Ghibli pen board because you can't screen cap from Netflix. They're worried about copyright issues, I guess. So I hope it's okay that I'm recording this video. I debated a long time whether I should do it or not, but it is essentially fan art. So here we go. And I just decided to start with an easier piece, and I decided to start with just these clouds and some trees in the foreground. And all of these that I'm painting today are from the movie Totoro. And in order to film this video, I watched it for the first time. The reason why I wanted to do a video like this is because I've been binge watching these kinds of videos. I don't know where they're coming from, if this is a trend or if it's just something that I'm personally interested in, but I've seen quite a few people paint Studio Ghibli scenes, especially with gouache. And I thought this is so fun. I watched a lot of these videos and then I thought, why am I not doing it myself? And I remembered that the only Studio Ghibli film, and I hope I say Studio Ghibli right, the only movie that I've ever watched was Spirited Away, and I'm not too keen on Spirited Away. Please don't hate me, but I think the movie is so weird, and I watched it at first when I was still a kid and I didn't understand it. I watched it a bunch of times actually, and I recently tried to watch it again, thought maybe I'd understand it better now that I'm an adult, but no, it's such a weird movie, and I kind of thought that every Studio Ghibli film would be like that. But then I watched Totoro and I loved it so much. It's such a cute movie and I was so starstruck. I don't know how to say. I was just so impressed with all of the scenery. It's so beautiful. If you haven't watched that movie yet and are interested in beautiful art, I highly recommend watching it. The sceneries are incredible. I also love the story. It's such a wholesome and cute story. I love the little sister. Here's some wobbly footage because I left my speakers on my desk, so I do not recommend this. I love the little sister. She's so cute. She's not having it. She's not scared of anything at first. I was so I don't know, I could relate to her a little bit. She's so cute. And the movie is amazing. I loved it. And so I felt really good about picking some of my favorite scenes and painting them. And wow, at first I was trying to really copy all of the scenes as closely as possible because I really wanted to learn something from that, and I learned a lot. But I also learned that I didn't want to copy them exactly. Here's some more wobbly footage. Yeah, I put the speakers on the floor later because I realized that my footage was wobbly, but here is some more wobbly footage. As I was saying, I realized that I didn't want to completely copy the scenes. I just wanted to change them up slightly, just to take off a little bit of the pressure and yeah, just to make it a little bit more fun. But here I was still trying to copy them as much as I could. But I had a slightly different format. My format is a little bit more square than the original, so I had to squish everything together a little bit more. Those two little mini Totoros or whatever they are, they're a little bit closer together and everything's a little bit squished, but really doesn't matter, and you probably can't tell just by looking at it. And I really, really love how they did the greenery with all those different green tones. It's so impressive because they're all overlapping and you don't even know where they started. And I don't know how they did the scenes, if they did it digitally or really traditionally. I think it looks like they went for a traditional look but did it digitally. I also don't know how old those movies are. I think they're pretty old. So I'm so impressed with how they did it and all of the sceneries. And I'd love to draw more screen caps, whether it is Studio Ghibli movies or other movies, maybe some Disney movies or something. We will see how this video goes and if people like it, and also if I get flagged for copyright issues. I don't know. I've never done this before. I've never tried to really copy something before, but I learned so much from it. I really love this style. And since then, I've also watched some other Studio Ghibli movies. I've watched Kiki's Delivery Service, which I really loved. It's another cute movie. I just don't understand how a 13-year-old can be alone for a year and expected to find someone to take her in. Just the premise of the story was a little bit much for me, but the story itself was super cute and I really loved that movie as well. And now I also watched Howl's Moving Castle, and it's kind of a mixture of Spirited Away and Kiki's Delivery Service. I think it's a little bit weird, but it's also cute. And there are such lovely scenes in that movie as well. Oh my gosh. I might paint some from this movie as well because, wow, such pretty scenes. But it is a little bit weird. I didn't know if I'd like it, if I liked it or not, but it was also kind of cute. So I might also watch the other Studio Ghibli movies. Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen them, if you like them, if you like all of them, or maybe just some of them, because I could really relate to that. And yeah. So at this point, on my third piece, I was getting a little bit more confident in the style. And this might actually be my favorite one of them because I managed to do the little house in the background, and it's so tiny. And it was a big challenge for me because I'm not used to going so tiny. I mean, it could have gone bigger, but there would be other challenges in that because the piece that I'm gonna do later on was a little bit bigger and I had different challenges. So this time I was going small and I managed to pull it off quite well. I think I'm proud of that one. And yeah, like I said, I learned so much copying all of these sceneries. And I really love this style, and I'd love to incorporate some of those elements into my own style as well. I love this just magical but also natural scenery. It's this combination, and I really love how they layer the colors and those lighter tones. And I think that the sceneries look really lovely when you paint them with gouache because gouache has this kind of aspect to it. It's so matte and it's not harsh. It's easy to get those lighter pastel tones, and I just love that so much. I think it looks soft, and I really love that. And especially after the year we've had, I really love to escape into magical worlds and just bring a little bit of magic into my own world. And I'm also currently watching the second season of Hilda, and still listening to the audiobooks of Narnia, so I'm kind of escaping into magical worlds all over the place, and I'm not mad about it. I really need that right now. It gives me so much energy. It makes me so much happier. Who would have thought? And yeah, I just want to learn right now. I feel like I'm just getting out of a lot of mental health drama and stuff. It was a lot of work to. I just grew so much in the last few months, and now I feel like I finally have some more energy to focus on improving my art again a little bit, improving my videos and my video quality. That's why you see some more angles in this video, and I'm gonna try to up my video quality a little bit. I also decided that I want to pause my Patreon for now, and I also want to do the podcast just bi-weekly, or maybe just when I feel like it, because I have a strict deadline on YouTube already. I don't need another strict deadline on the podcast. So we'll see how I'm gonna do this. Here's the first finished page spread, by the way. And then I opened another scented candle because I got a new one because the old one looked so bad at that point. And I used a different sketchbook. This has this landscape format. It's not my favorite format, to be honest, but I love the paper quality and I embrace the challenge of a different format. So here we go. This time I'm going big. For me, that's big. It's just a little bit bigger than I usually do. And I started with this blue background, and then I did the trees in the foreground. If you've seen the movie, maybe you can already tell what kind of scene it's gonna be. Also, I think I put it in the thumbnail, so you already know. But this is gonna be the little tree. I think it's either the one that Totoro lives in, or Totoro lives in, or it's the one that they have magically grown together, but they sit on it and they all make music, and it's such a cute and lovely scene, and it's at nighttime. It has this kind of dreamy aspect to it, and I was trying to recreate the tree as best as I could. But I have to admit, I was struggling a little bit with that, just because it's a mixture of darker colors, and it's not a lot of contrast here. So, but well, I think I managed well. I also did the tiny people on this branch and the tiny mini Totoros, and it was so tiny. And I also tried to go over it with a fine liner pen. And let me know, by the way, if you know any fine liner pen that works well on gouache. Or maybe I should use a jelly roll pen, a black one. I don't know, but it's so hard to get them to work on gouache. And I really had to go through more than one of those. Here you could see it. I was just switching it out for a different one. And again, I don't think that they're ruined. I can definitely use them later again, but they're just not juicy enough to be on this harsh, chalky gouache. That's not what they're meant to do, but I needed a pen that would go well over this because it's so detailed and I needed to add the details. So here we go. This is the finished piece. And overall, I'm really happy with how all of the pieces turned out. Here you can see them together, and I'd love to do more videos like that. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.